Hey guys, I'm going to give you a little update on this car right here. This is the wrecked car from Motorhead Garage. And I'm shifting gears on this car. I'm going to change directions a little bit. Originally I was going to use the 67 Shelby GT500 front end and the side scoops and just make this a Shelby clone, because that's what I really wanted. Well, then I got sick. I didn't get to work for over a month and was tapping into money I really didn't need to be tapping into. And then I totaled my truck. Insurance basically just paid it off and I was left with nothing. So I ended up going and buying that other truck. Well, now I'm in debt quite a bit on that new truck. So I did a little research. If I wanted to sell this car as a Shelby GT500 clone, it's not going to bring that much money, guys. I mean, yes, it'd be a beautiful car, and in my opinion, I like them a lot more than Eleanor's. But it will not bring the kind of money that an Eleanor brings if I go to sell it. So this is the idea I've got in my head right now. I'm going to take my nose off. I'm going to save it for a future build. And I've already got Eleanor wheels on it. So why not just go ahead and stick a Eleanor nose on it and some fender flares and side skirts, and we got us an Eleanor. I'm going to leave the GT500 scoops on it. I'm going to leave them on there because, in my opinion, I think these Eleanor cars look better with these scoops. And I've actually had issues with the Eleanor scoops cracking on the up. Like if you mold them in, I've actually seen them do little hairline cracks. Don't matter how good you are. Opening and closing these doors and slamming these doors day in, day out. This right here, this stuff moves around. Also, when you're driving these cars, these bodies, they flex. They have body roll. They flex. And it's always working against your area where you have fiberglass or epoxy or scoop onto your car. So I like the idea of using these bolt-on scoops. You ain't got to worry about it ever cracking loose and messing your paint up. So I'm going to use these scoops on my Eleanor. I'm going to put fender flares on it, side skirts. I've done put an Eleanor hood on it, as you can see. This was actually off of a customer's car. He told me I could have it. He said I put a metal hood on his car, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use this hood. I'm going to try to fix it. It's got a couple little bad spots in it here and there. So we're going to use this hood. And we're going to take that nose off. But right now, I do not have any fender flares. I do not have no side skirts. And if I wanted to order fender flares and side skirts, that's going to be probably 6 weeks before I could get them. And I don't like waiting around. I do have fender flares. I do have the molds for the fender flares. I've pulled off of cars in the past. They're dirty. These are my molds. They're just like a quickie mold that I made back years ago. They will work. Like there's molds for the scoops. Of course, I'm not going to be using those type of scoops. There's the other fender flare. But I need to make molds for the side skirts. So I've got a customer's car here, and I have the body kit for his car. So I'm going to pull the mold. I'm going to pull just a real quickie type mold off of his side skirts. And then I'm going to pull a part for this car out of the mold I make. Because this is a budget. This whole entire car from the beginning has been a budget-minded car for myself. Right now, I don't have a whole lot of money in this car. And I'm hoping I can sell this car for enough money to pay off my new truck and to pay off my wife's Expedition we bought her last year. Just go ahead and get those payments out from under me. I hate owing for things. Okay, so as you can see, that right there, that is a store-bought side skirt. It is the cheapest side skirt on the market that you can possibly buy. And they're still like, I don't know, $400 or $500. And you have to wait. Like if you get them off eBay, you still have to wait like 6 weeks to get them. They work all right, but man, you talking about flimsy. I can break this no problem. Look at this. Junk. I mean flimsy junk. Don't take nothing to break this stuff. Used to, this company here, when they made them, they were 3 times this thick. They were good quality parts. This is garbage. I mean, I can break that into 4 or 5 pieces in no time. I mean, I just crush it. But it's good enough for me to pull a mold off of it, so I'm going to pull a mold off of his skirts, and then I'm going to build them for my car. Alright guys, just like that, we've got a really crude, and I do say crude, mold. It doesn't have no reinforcement in it. It's not a whole bunch of layers like a real mold would be. This is just good enough to get me a part out of it. This might be good for 1 or 2 parts, then after that it's probably going to be scrap. And it's not gel coated or nothing. I didn't waste my product on just a cheap temporary mold. There it is. It's rough right in here because that gets cut out for the exhaust, and I actually just put tape on the part itself. I'll show you over here. This was what it looked like. I taped it up. That's the part that I actually pulled that mold off of. I put that tape around the edges to help me release it from the part from the mold. Now it's time to actually pull a part from that mold. For my fiberglass, works pretty good. It's like, I think it's like a 1/2 ounce or something like that. I don't know. It might have been. So as y'all can see, that's a mold. This is an old mold that I made a long time ago. I need to go out there and wash it because I'm fixing to pull some parts from it. It's got the old PVA in it. That's what helps the part release. But that's how you make these parts, fellas. If you don't want to buy them, that's how you make them. You can buy them one time and then make your molds, and you can just make them from now on. But I suggest making your molds a little thicker than this one, putting some reinforcement in it so that you can get a lot of parts out of it. This is a cheap, look, at you see how thin this is? It don't take nothing to break this stuff. This is the junky kits that you can get from eBay. See, it's eBay store, and as you can see, I made that right there probably 10 years ago. These parts hasn't changed none. They'll still go right in my mold. I pulled the mold off of the same exact side skirt 10 years ago, and it still fits in the mold just like it was made yesterday. See that? In there that I just showed you in there, it's all white. I'm making a new mold because my other one got tore up. So since these hasn't changed none in 10 years, I'm pulling a new mold off of the other side to that one so that I'll have molds to keep carrying on making these parts. Alright, I've laid 4 layers of this fiberglass mat in here. We was working on this in here so much. It got hot over here in this corner, boys. It's thick, that's thick. But it's ready to, I'm gonna trim the edges. And then we're gonna see if it'll pop out that old rinky dinky mold I made. I just made a quickie mold, a little down and dirty mold real quick like. I needed some parts. Alright, here's the moment of truth. We either done our job right or we screwed up our mold. on everywhere. Alright, boys and girls. Look at that, look at that. We've now got a side skirt. Homemade. I made the mold today, and I made the part today. Keep in mind, all this gets trimmed off. All that old rough area gets trimmed off, top and bottom. I'm going to trim it off like right in here. And I knew I was going to have a little bad spot right here. Because in my mold I didn't realize it, but it kind of got a little bit messed up in this corner. And I just took some tape and I pushed it down in that corner just so that my resin didn't leak out of my mold. So I don't have to sand this down. I have to do a little bit of body work in this area here. And I am tickled pink. And it's thicker than the stuff that you can buy now. It's strong. Shoot, I'm loving it. That pink stuff, that's the PVA. That's what keeps your part from sticking to your mold. See how it peels off? You just wash it off with water. So now I have a part that I can put on my car. I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna trim the edges, and then we'll test fit it on my car over there. This is my mold. I made this real quick. I didn't even use no gel coat in it. I just made a real quick mold. I taped it to a ladder. That's a ladder. I needed something kind of flat. So it worked pretty good. Worked pretty good. So like I said, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna trim that. Trim it and we'll set it up on the car. Alright guys, here's a moment of truth. What are you doing, Eddie Bug? Where you been, Bonnie? You been playing?
You been playing, Eddie.
Okay, let's try a new part. Moment of truth, Eddie. We still got some PVA on it. I didn't get it all blowed off. This is our part we just made. I left that little tab sticking up so that the fender flare will be able to actually tie into that. So, pull this light around. Maybe y'all can't see. Oh yeah. And of course it's gonna have to be pulled up there flush, but homemade side skirt, fellas. I didn't want to bore y'all with the actually putting the resin stuff in there. There it is, side skirt. I don't know, maybe y'all wanted to see me struggle brushing the resin in there. I wasn't really struggling. It's just time consuming. I use these little brushes, and I got little rollers. Of course, I didn't use the rollers. I ended up just using these brushes. You buy them brushes pretty cheap at Harbor Freight. But that's it. I'm gonna make that other side, and then we'll have both sides. That's it, fellers. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time.